Philippines, our first woman ambassador of the Philippine campaign. Let's give a hand to Myrna.
Before I share my story, let me first greet all the people who are here today. I wish to recognize the dignitaries, guests, maayong buntag kaninyong tanan, and to those who are non-Filipinos, good morning. I would say to thank to the organizers and sponsors of this event, for without all the hard work and combined efforts of the people, this event will not be successful. So we all thank you. On the personal note, I would like to thank Secretary Ivan Oy of the Philippine Communications Information Technology Commission. I have to know him over the last 2 years, and a streetwise person and a worker rights activist who was interacted with lots of government officials. I know his heart is good and his passion to help to those less fortunate than himself is a very real and very sincere. Thank you, Secretary Ivan Oy. I am little uncomfortable talking to such a knowledgeable and well-educated audience. You see, standing before you is a woman who never graduated high school, less must college. My father was a simple fisherman from the island of Bohol, and my mother was from the island of Mindanao. I am the eldest of all the children, and we grow up in a small, undeveloped fishing village. Some of my earliest memories are the tears of my mother's eyes when we would go to bed without eating. I know the face of first-hand poverty. My first job at the age of 9 was pounding rice to help feed my family. At the age of 10, I was diving alone in the sea to gather seaweed to sell in the market for living. Like many other women born into poverty in the Philippines, my only chance to break the cycle of poverty for myself and my family was to go overseas to seek employment. So I left my 2 children behind and spent the next 20 years working as a domestic helper and raising other people's children. As a side note, I am proud to say I accomplished my task as a mother. Both my girls graduated to college. It was while working as a domestic helper in Hong Kong that I became involved in community service by founding and serving as a chairman for 8 years of the Mindanao Hong Kong Workers Federation. My employer at that time, Mr. and Mrs. Fong, trusted me to help raise their son, Jonathan. It was young Jonathan, only 8 years old, who taught this woman to use computer. At that time, 1999, all I knew about technology was that name Bill Gates invented the mouse. Now today, I know my facts were wrong. But that time, that was all I knew about technology. I thought myself that I have something in common with Bill Gates. Our humanity. We were both human beings. If he was smart enough to invent the mouse, I should be smart enough to learn how to use the mouse. As I have often done when I face hardship or difficulties, I look back on my time as a child. I would remember that dark-skinned child overcoming her fear diving alone in the sea. And it was that image that would give me the courage to face the challenge of the moment. For me and so many other women, the first step of empowerment is overcoming our fears. I took this early knowledge of technology and applied it to the operation of Mindanao Hong Kong Workers Federation. First, I learned Microsoft Excel for budgeting, and Microsoft Word for writing proposal and petition on behalf of our members. Then later, Internet Explorer for search. It was the use of the internet for MenFed that I began to fully understand the technology behind the internet meant people could perform services without the need to leave home. For those of you who had never had to leave your children behind, you have no idea how powerful the concept that is. To make a very long story short, I eventually returned home to the Philippines and founded a business process outsourcing company called Mynd Consulting. Today, Mynd Consulting operates 3 ships offering a wide range of services to our overseas clients, including web development, graphic designs, programming services with a specialty in development of social media application, the social media management system. In addition, we supply virtual teams programmer on the long-term basis to the clients in both the US and Europe. In conclusion, when you look at me, you are looking at the women whose life has changed by empowering nature of technology. But it is important note, behind me, there are so many others whose lives has also been changed dramatically. Technology did not just empower me, but through me, many entire of my family are now computer literate, including my 75-year-old mother. And that change did not stop there. It has empowered all those who have been fortunate enough to hire as my employees. And it did not stop there. It has empowered their families as well and those close to them. And still further, all those families, Mynd has been fortunate enough to help through our community service initiatives. The ripple effect does not stop. It continues, wave after wave, and will, as in case, pass from generation to generation. So the work you all do here, those assembled in this room, and those supporting you back home is a noble thing. Something you will look back when you are old with sense of fulfillment and satisfaction. Remember, when you empower women with technology, you are giving one most precious gift that can be given, the gift of knowledge. On behalf of myself and the million women you will empower, and the tens of millions those women will influence, thank you very much.